Alright, ladies and gents, welcome to the one who waits elite. It's been a week and a half since the episode released, and I finally managed to finish the alert. I tried once before, completed the first boss, and then two of our teammates had to go, so then we just kind of gave up. And then this is 2 days later, and we're running it with a pug. So pretty much everyone in the pug is way better geared than me, and I will like quickly make this a disclaimer. I'm a bit under geared when it comes to artifacts and skill points to do elite, but let's say to do elite smoothly. But I do have the stuff to do it with a bit of struggle, as you'll see in this run. Not sure if I'm gonna talk through the entire thing, if I'll have music, but I will. I'm pretty much doing everything uncut. I skipped some ads, and one of our teammates had to go AFK, so I also skipped that. But the rest of it is just kind of a raw run. So at some point, I also show my my gear and my stats. But yeah, so for this first part, it's just ads. We're doing tank, heal, 2 DPS. Let me just put this on full screen so I can see it better myself. I've noticed in Elite, Celestial does struggle a lot with power. I changed up my loadout a bit, and I do now realize that I made a video on my Celestial DPS loadout, and that was for Reg. But for Elite, a lot of the times you don't want to be face tanking ads. Even though you have a tank, just being near them, it could be kind of dangerous. So instead of using Whirling Dervish and what's it called? Vortex Trap, I think. I'm now using Plague and Divine Light just to be able to do some more ranged damage. That being said, I'll quickly show my stats here. I'm using a Strat at 160, Grim at 160, and a Trance at 120. Let's get into the first boss. So the difference here is, one, the ads do a lot more damage, so you got to be careful of them. And you're not gonna just DPS bomb the tentacles, the murder machine tentacles instantly. Now this first run, I'll spoil. We wiped, but I'm still gonna put it in. As you can see, I kind of fucked up with my loadout here. I still have Wrath of the Presence on and Deathmark, which are both pretty close range abilities. Deathmark is obviously long range, but the combo isn't. So I'm losing out on a ton of damage. And you'll see throughout this run, I was really nervous because I usually don't run Elite. And I fucked up a lot of combos. I fucked up a lot in general. But that's just kind of part of the learning curve. Again, like I'm not the type of player to run Elite a lot, but at this point, I feel like I want to try challenging myself a bit more. Okay, so first stage, you just kill the ads. You hit the cog, 33%. Same thing here. There is a feed for not letting any of the bombs explode. In Elite, I think we let one explode, and therefore we fucked it up. But all I can say here is try to stay away from the ads. The very first time I did this, I got bombed. Like, I got absolutely demolished here. You see me moving a bit closer, because I do want to get some damage in with Wrath of the Presence, but yeah. And avoid that, because if no one hits the cog on it, it explodes. Which I think it did there. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. Here, you wanna hit the cog on these armor that laughs, because that's like, once the ads are done, that's what you need to upload the virus to Murder Machine. So we did that 3 times, and then the next set of ads spawn. Same thing. You kind of just run through them. Also, we have a buff troll right now. Just that's why my power is still fairly low. I'm usually low on power. Okay, so here you gotta kill the turrets first, because they do a ton of damage. I haven't tried running without doing this, but pretty much everyone that runs this Elite alert has done it, so I'm just kind of following at that. And I thought I was the only one doing the turrets, but Troll was doing the other one, so I decided to go help him on the right side. There we go. Also avoid the apocalyptian transporters, I guess. I don't know how to teleporters, because you'll be staggered for a while. These turrets do hit for a ton of damage, and I think the tank can aggro them, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, here I just completely fuck up my combos. And throughout most of the raid, I tried using Deathmark on its own, but then later on I realized that maybe having the shield could maybe save me. Okay, so here, what you want to do is kill all of the tentacles, not at once, but in normal content, when you hit the cog, that's it. It doesn't matter if the other stuff regenerates. If you hit the cog, then that tentacle does not respawn. But in Elite, as you'll see later, you can hit like 5 cogs, but if the murder machine regenerates, all of those tentacles will just come back anyway. So here I was a bit confused as to what to do, but I'm the only DPS, so my job was just to DPS, and I don't know why that kind of threw me off. Yeah, well, we're gonna wipe soon, but I want to show the mechanic where if you, like, okay, so he hits the cog on that tentacle right there, but as soon as the thing respawns, all of the tentacles come back. So every tentacle needs to die within, I want to say 10-15 seconds, which looked scary at first, but even with 1 DPS we managed to do it pretty easily on the first run. So, okay, I died here, our healer died, and then we wiped. Okay, so then I'm gonna skip the first 2 stages again, and we'll just get back into where we were for the murder machine. So, yeah, this right, the turrets. I just recorded this part as well, and then my Sony Vegas crashed, so I'm gonna have to repeat myself, but that's okay. While I'm killing the turrets here, let me just explain as well that in the duo, you only get your renown at the end, so you get 50 renown for completing the duo. That is after killing Lex Luthor. But in the alert, you get renown per boss. And since Murder Machine counts as a boss fight, what you can do is if you're under-geared like myself and you don't have a lot of people to run with, or you don't have anyone to run with, what you can do on a daily basis, and I would also recommend communicating this with the people you do, is just run this first boss in Elite. You can attempt Batman and Laughs, but if you can't kill him, just leave and finish the rest in regular. You'll have to do this boss again, but you do get the 50 renown for it, which is, I mean, the only reason you're really running Elite. If you do this and the daily every day, that's 100. Sorry, the duo every day, that's 100 renown points. So that's pretty nice. All right, so here we got into a bit of a time scramble, and I kind of fucked it up. Because as a DPS, I should be DPSing and not hitting a cog here. Now, it worked in the end, but if we were, like, if I didn't get lucky with my crits and all that stuff, we would have had to do this entire part again, because I was busy hitting a cog instead of doing the damage. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The only challenging part here is not to die to the turrets, not to die to the tentacles, and to actually kill the tentacles at the same time. Now we actually get on to the difficult boss. I misclicked my supply drop here. I wanted to do my ally. I'll have a lot of time to talk about the mechanics, because I think half of this video, at least, is this boss alone. As I said earlier, my burn is not all too good. Oh, let me also quickly explain. When he chains you in like that, all you gotta do is just spam whatever button it says on your screen. For PC, that's left mouse, and then block at the end. And then also when he hits you with this red gas, get away from a teammate. So yeah, I'm a bit under geared, skill points, artifacts, so our damage was not great here, as I was the only DPS, and that's why the boss did take a long time. The main mechanic about this fight is he spawns red gas, and you want to avoid this red gas at all times. But as soon as he does his big attack, which you'll see, he'll prepare a compound, and you'll see this right here. When he does that, you need to be in the red gas. If you're not in the red gas in Elite, you will die. You will get one shot. Regardless of having a shield on, regardless of having multiple shields on, you will just die. That's how it is. So the best thing to do is as soon as the side bosses come out, that's when you want to start running towards the red gas. And then as soon as he prepares to do his attack, wait like 1 second till the bar is at 25%, and then you want to go into the gas. And then after that gas phase, your healer will have to go nuts because you'll take a ton of damage. The entire group will take a ton of damage because of the gas. That's the main mechanic. And as you'll see in just a second, either I fucked up or the game's visual 8 wasn't enough, but I thought I was in it here, and I wasn't, and I died. So I was pretty mad. I even put it in chat, but because the gas is taking for a ton of damage, this guy doesn't have a shield, and then he also got pulled in by Batman. So a bit tilting, but I mean it happens. Did I cut out? Wait, hold up. Okay, so we did wipe after I died there, and then we actually did another run where we also died, and I just decided to cut that out because I don't want the video to be too long. So here we are on the third run, and I changed my loadout out here a bit because Deathmark was not doing anything for me, to be really honest. And my troll asked me to go for a AoE loadout because we'll also be able to kill the side bosses, and that puts less strain on our tank. So I did. That's why usually I'd be running Defile with... Well, you should know the loadout because I made a video on this, but then again, why would you have... Okay, anyway, usually I run Defile, Heat Vision, Plague, and then Anoint. And Anoint I run to clip stuff into. So basically only Defile, Corrupt. Defile, Heat Vision, and Plague. But yeah, now I decided to run Virtuous instead of Anoint, and I'm running I don't even know what this ability is called. Damn, that's bad. I usually don't use it instead of Defile, but I actually do really like this loadout for Elite because it's ranged and it's semi AoE. See me there fucking up my play combo because I do that quite a lot. I kind of lost my train of thought. Yeah, basically I switched loadout to make it a bit more doable for myself, but then also the team because I wasn't doing the most damage I possibly could be. Anyway, side bosses spawn, so we want to look for the red gas. And then 3, 2, there we go. Then he prepares it. When he's like halfway-ish, we go into the red mist. And then we're going to take a ton of damage from the red mist, and this is where our healer comes in clutch. Also, those things, be very careful for those for Dawnbreaker. This is why Celestial is love and hate for me. Yes, it does a ton of damage, but if I'm in the middle of my combos, I basically could not do anything there. As soon as I hit tap range on my first ability, I was stuck in that animation. And I think I had a shield and that's why I lived, but if I didn't, I would have died and would have cost the group. Obviously, that's also just me making the mistake of comboing when I shouldn't have, but okay, doesn't matter. Right now, the boss is going fairly smoothly. Just want to do as much AoE damage as possible. Using pets, orbitals, all that stuff when we can. And prepares his attack. I almost thought I wasn't going to be able to get into the red gas because for some reason my roll wasn't working. But we did. We got through. And then I don't know how, but I guess he didn't have a shield on. Yeah, that's how he died. We miraculously managed to pick him up. Thank you, Page of Destiny, for the shield, but then he got up and he died instantly. So that's our troll down, which is unlucky, but it happens. Calls it out here that he's out. And now we're at a situation where we have one pretty shitty DPS, and then a good heal and a good tank, and a Batman Who Laughs who still has half of his HP. So we could have wiped, but we went through with it. We actually decided, hey, let's go for it. And this is probably the most tense I've ever felt in any DCO content. Again, because I don't run Elite. It's kind of new for me, so... You'll see me mess up combos, mess up brawls, all that stuff. Yeah, we went through with it. And the burn is very slow here. What I might just do is... Nah, I'll keep talking over it, because I've already committed to this whole commentary thing. Might as well. There's also a feat for killing all of the bosses. But come to think of it, I don't know how you not be able to do the feat, unless if you have 2 tanks and 1 tank tanks all the side bosses and you choose not to kill them. I feel like in any Elite run, the tank is gonna pull everyone and you're just gonna kill. I guess if everyone has like a pure single target loadout. Never mind then. My loadout is more like a single target collateral loadout. Whereas my first and second ability do mostly damage to 1 target. They also spread out some damage. And then obviously Plague and Virtuous Light, or Divine Light, sorry, hit multiple targets as well. Yeah, here I call my Orbital Strike as I was getting Orbital Striked by Dawnbreaker, which also almost killed me because I was stuck in place. That's why I love having Anoint in. It makes the loadout, it makes the cooldown, or the animation, just shorter in general. Don't know how Rehabilitate just tanked 2 Dawnbreaker orbitals, but I guess he has a lot of resto and dominance, and the shield is very strong. At this point, I was like, maybe it's possible. He's down to like, what, 20% HP? As long as we don't fuck up. Told myself, like, I really can't be fucking this up. Maybe also a reason as to, or just an explanation, I'm not showing game sound is because I was listening to music very loudly, and all that stuff is DMCA. And I really do want to put this video on, so that's why you're only hearing my voice and some background music, as I couldn't afford to also show you the game sound and my music, because it's recorded in 1 audio channel. I can't decide to only put off the music and keep on the game audio, but it doesn't matter anyway. I think most people play this game with music very loudly, so they're not really used to hearing the game sound anyway. Here I rolled away because our tank was fairly close to us and I was pretty scared that I was gonna die. At this point, we still have Drowned. I really don't know how... I think Rehabilitate did, and the tank did more damage to the side ads, or side bosses, than I did. Because I really can't imagine this loadout doing that much damage to side bosses, but yeah. I got pushed out of the orbital here, which is really nice. Game kind of helped me. And this part, I just got crowd controlled constantly. As you see, I got stunned, I got pulled, I got... Like, I just could not DPS at all. But then eventually, the bosses went back to our tank. And we were all good. At this point, boss is at 10% HP. I don't think... This is like, you know, like one of those moments in the movies where everything goes to slow-mo and you're just... You're full focused. Oh my god, here... yeah. Thanks to my healer and all of his artifacts, because I would have died there. That was very clutch. I just was not paying attention to Merciless there. But I survived. Bit of panic here as well, as I couldn't really see any red mist, but then I found it, so we're all good. Page of Destiny, thank you. Also, I meant to say Purple Healing Ray earlier, when he saved me with the Purple Healing Ray shield. But this is where Page of Destiny saved me, as you saw the green thing on the ground when I was about to die. Anyway, boss is very low. At this point, I didn't really feel like I was doing any damage to him anymore. Which kind of sucks. Can I put my screen more? Yeah. Okay, I'm just talking to myself at this point. I am about to get my pet, trinket, orbital, supply, no, not supply, ally up. And so I call in all the cavalry just to kind of secure the kill, so to speak. Because this is the last. I mean, if I do put in all my damage, this is the last time he did that big attack, and so from here it should just be smooth sailing. And surely enough, Red Death cancels my combo, which is also very annoying. In the middle of like a plague, which is about to hit for 250k, you'll just get cancelled out. That's Celestial, eh? I think he does spawn the red gas, but he doesn't have time to go for big attack, right? Oh no, he doesn't even. Oh no, Merciless is about to smack me. Yeah. Merciless was about to charge up his full attack, and then we killed him. So I got an entire feat point from one boss here. I think we got the feat where no one dies from the what you call it, from his big attack, because our troll died to something else. And then here, tank just pulls the ads instantly, even though our DPS / troll was still repairing gear. So he got a bit pissed off at that, and even though it's the tank's fault, I kind of understand this frustration. So he's gonna say something in chat in a second, and then I'll apologize for that as a Canadian, although I'm not Canadian, but in true Canadian spirit. Anyway, yeah. This mini game is really fun in Elite. Really like it, because you really have to be paying attention. But as you'll see in a second as well, not in a second, in a couple of minutes, if you do what he says too soon, so basically if your reflexes are really good, it won't count. But I'll show you how that looks in a second. So here he says dance. There we go, we're dancing. I'm always looking around to see if someone's fucking it up. But in Elite, best way to see if someone fucked it up is just they'll die, because it's a one shot. Yeah, so here Night Terror says, you know, why did we start? I think I said sorry because I couldn't remember if the tank pulled or if I maybe accidentally jumped in. So I mean, I understand his frustration. I think we were also just joshing around as well, because he was saying, yeah, we should wipe, and I wasn't sure if he was being serious or not. That sound, okay, don't worry about that sound. Yeah, so he's saying we should wipe, and I didn't know if he meant if we should wipe because he wasn't gonna get any rewards, or if he was just memeing. But as bad karma does its thing, we actually do wipe at some point, but I won't tell you at which phase, because that's the kind of content creator I am, keeping you on your toes, on the edge of your seat, whatever. Okay, so first phase done, I think, unless if there's one more. But I think we did all of them. I guess the one difference here, I mean, there's a couple differences between Elite and Reg. In regular, he also says what action you have to do. In Elite, it only shows which action you have to do. There's only an icon, there's no name, or no word. And then another difference is the timer. It's just way quicker. And also there's 6 options instead of, I think, 4 in Reg. So this part, it's just me and the healer doing it. Tank decides not to interfere with it, which is good. Technically only one person needs to do it, but I mean, it went faster with heal as well. So yeah, this is the easiest one. This is the most relaxing one to do, because there's pretty much no way you can fuck it up if you keep an eye on your team, which you should be doing. It's Elite. I'm not sure if it is a one-shot if you fuck up the turrets, but I want to say it is. So the safest way, if you're not communicating, is just letting 1 or 2 people do this. If you see other people running towards turrets very quickly, just avoid doing anything and let them figure it out. Because here, for example, let's say Rehabilitate was on the back right one and I was on the middle one, and we accidentally both hit him at the same time, thinking neither was gonna hit the other one, then, you know, we die. But again, realistically, that shouldn't happen. So then this minigame is done. We just gotta kill the turret. This guy calls in the House of Legends bot for the turret, which, I mean, cool, I guess. And then here, this is... I didn't realize this would actually be difficult, but the balls hit for a ton. And also the ads. So my loadout right now was like semi-single target, whereas I needed a full-on AoE loadout. So I'm not sure what kills us here, but something does. And yeah. I also feel like oftentimes I'm lagging when I try to break out or I'm trying to roll. But I feel like that could also just me being nervous and just messing it up. Yes, okay, so it was the ads. Maybe he took some damage from a ball, but then I got unlucky. I tried... Yeah, okay, that you see what happened there. Instead of picking up, I did an attack, then I did an ability, then I rolled the wrong way, and then I think he got hit. Oh no, our tank died, and then the ads just killed us. So yeah, the moral here is just have an AoE loadout. The troll / DPS had to leave, so I invited someone from the league, and then this is our final run. And it went way smoother. I'm not sure what the difference was here. I guess maybe the ads. Oh, yeah. So I'm also going to show this. I thought I cut it out, but I'm actually going to show this as well. You see here how it says beg. Okay, so I beg, right? All's well then. I'm looking around. All's fine. Okay. We kill the ads. Make sure to explain this mechanic to teammates if they've never run the elite version. Because some people just run reg and refuse to do it properly and just don't know the mechanics. Okay, so but here, pay attention, right? It says beg. And I knew it was on my third button, so I pressed it instantly. But game says no. So, yeah. The only thing I can take away here is that, again, it's not coded properly. To the point where you need to wait a second because the game thinks that you have to think about which button you have to press, even though it's always bound to the same key. So that's why I pressed it sooner than my teammates, because I didn't look at my toolbar, I just knew. And then Rehabilitate says you didn't do it, so apparently on his screen it didn't register. And he's gonna get a bit of karma here because he's also gonna die even though he clicked on it as well, as you'll see in just a second. So yeah, basically just wait 1.5 seconds before you do it, even though you know which button it is, because you might die by doing it too early. Okay, so we have to, I don't know what this is, play the violin serenade. On my screen, he just wasn't doing it, but I'm assuming on his screen he just did it too early. And yeah, and then you can see it in chat as well. Yeah, that's us PC players complaining about everything in chat as soon as it happens. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's broken or if it's intended, but yeah. The final part here, I don't really know if there's much to say. We're doing the dice again. I think we're doing dice with 3 people now, which is risky because the chances of oh no, we're not. No, it's just us 2. Okay, we're good. Yeah, it's just us 2. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I also switched my loadout just to make this go a bit quicker. This is my initial AoE loadout, the one I use for regular content. Because Plague doesn't really do much here. By the time I have my Plague charged up, the Yads are already dead, so that's why I prefer running the 2 super speed ones with Deathmark and Wrath of the Presence. And this part is extremely straightforward, you know. We've done the turrets. Now when the timer runs out, you just destroy the turrets. Simple as that. 3 and 2, so... The fastest way to do this is by rolling 2 3s. Because that means you have to hit a cog on every turret, and you don't have to actually destroy the turrets. So that, if you have that RNG, that is the quickest way to do it. And it's also the way in which the least amount of fuck-ups happen in regular. Because in regular, everyone's just trigger happy to hit the cogs whenever they can. I do tell my team now the hard one, slightly sarcastic, but I was also scared at this point that this actually was difficult, even though it isn't. It's just we fucked up the first time, and that's why I was a bit scared of it, but yeah, don't worry about this. Also, don't worry about the ads, let the tank pull them in. I used the soda here because my healer wasn't healing me straight away, and I thought he was maybe lagging out or something, but that's just panic. Shouldn't be doing ads here, I should have just been smashing up. If you have the brawling into Shuriken Storm weapon mastery, this goes way faster. You can one-shot like 3 of these presents at once. But I'm using rifle, so it goes a bit slower. And then here, yeah, I just messed up. I could have killed that one present quicker as well, but it's no big deal. Obviously, the longer it goes, the more ads there are, but those ads are also just killable. You have a healer, you have a tank. It's not much to worry about it. Main takeaway is just to focus on destroying the presents. And then for some reason, when you've done all the presents besides the last one, all of them despawn and one last one spawns. I don't know why they did that, because that last one then doesn't have a timer. But yeah, this was unlucky because we could have got it if I smashed that one, but I couldn't. Man, I love Celestial, but I also hate it so much. Okay, so yeah, last one. We destroy it, kill the drowned, and we're good. The alert is done. And that's it, 32 minutes. The full run was 1 hour. Fun alert, very difficult, but yeah, there's not much more to say about it. If you really want the renown, but you don't want to spend every day sweating your ass off, just do first boss. I honestly don't really feel like it's worth doing second and third boss for the 100 renown, but that's up to you. Anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one. Goodbye.